Hi, good morning to all our leaders and distributors there in Nigeria. Of course, this is your Vice President for Business Development, Jurgen Gonzales. And before anything else, I would like to greet each and every one of you a happy, and bigger, prosperous 2022, each and every one of you. And this time of the year, every January, it has been our tradition for the longest time that we are conducting this kind of training we call kick-off training. Kick-off simply means for us to be able to kick off the activities, the momentum in our group. And of course, since this has been the tradition for the last few years as far as Alliance in Motion Global, it is also a time for us to set our goals. In fact, the whole management, not only in terms of the distributors and the network, the whole management at the same time actually are setting our goals, our vision, of course, with the direction of our board of directors. This time of the year is we set actually a time for what we're gonna do for the whole 2022. And we are also excited because there's so much things happening and will happen in our business, and I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for having the initiative to attend this training to all our distributors in our RCs all over Nigeria. Well, this is actually the first training that we will ever conduct outside the Philippines. And Nigeria happens to be very close to our hearts since, Nigeria is our first and foremost country that we have opened there in West Africa. We're very proud of you for the last 7-8 years. And, you've been continually growing despite the pandemic and all these things that happening around us, all these disruptions. And as leaders, you are able to come out stronger because of your resiliency. We are here now. And again, we know that there's so much things in store for you there in Nigeria. So we have to be prepared for 2022. The board of directors has prepared so many plans, so many things for Alliance in Motion Global / Ed Plan 2.0. And again, I'm sure you have heard here in the Philippines, we just launched our Easyverse 3.0 because, we continuously innovate for us to be able to grow even bigger. And that happens to be my topic for today. It's about having a growth mindset. Because the truth, ladies and gentlemen, is that, when the company is continuously thinking on how we can grow, how we can further innovate, how we can become even bigger, well, the distributors and leaders have to, grab this opportunity at the same time and be in, unison in terms of the movement of the whole company, because this is creating momentum for both the distributors and the company. And ladies and gentlemen, when the company, of course, is creating this kind of direction, growth, innovation, the leaders, ladies and gentlemen, must take that opportunity. All right? You must take that opportunity to also grow your own momentum in your own particular group. And that is what I call having a growth mindset. Because, if you never have this kind of attitude in our business, not only in our business, but in a lot of aspects in our lives, like our career, our relationship, if we never have this kind of mindset of growing, well, we become stagnant, all right? We never grow anymore, we never learn anymore, and we never experience new things in life because we are not open to growth. The fact is, a lot of people are not actually open to growth because they are afraid of changes. And there are a lot of things that, can change. Like there is internal and external things that, can change. And for us as leaders, there should be an ability for each and every one of us to be able to really adapt to this kind of changes that are happening around us. There's a lot of things around us that we cannot control. If there's a change in the economy, there's a change in the foreign exchange, there's a change in the prices, there's inflation, and of course, there's war, there's poverty, there's pandemic, there's COVID-19. We cannot control these things. And we cannot control the changes that these things can bring us to our lives, to our personal life, to our family, to our career, to our business. But ladies and gentlemen, we can always control our attitudes towards these things that are changing around us. So it's very important that each and everyone must have this growth mindset, which means, embracing the unknown, being able to adapt to what is happening around us, being able to, develop new skills, acquire new skills, develop new habits, and of course, improve further in terms of our attitude. And as leaders, if you want to, get bigger income, get bigger goals in our business, well, you must personally grow at the same time. And that happens to start with having a growth mindset. Again, having a growth mindset means not fearing the unknown, getting out of your comfort zone. And if you regularly do what you're doing, you become comfortable with it. And if you are not aware about this growth mindset, ladies and gentlemen, before you know it, you're comfortable, you're not growing anymore, your income is not growing, your group is not growing, your leaders are not growing, and you become stagnant. And what happens is that along the way, you slide down. Along the way, you face a lot of challenges and you're not ready to it because you're not prepared. And then what happens to you? You become discouraged, you entertain these negative thoughts and everything, and you're not up for the challenge anymore. Because I'm telling you, when there's a lot of challenges happening around us, you must grow your skills and attitude to face those kind of challenges, because life is full of challenges. And sometimes these kind of challenges that we face are unique from the challenges we faced in the past. So if you never grow, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to, be able to really deal effectively with these new challenges happening around us. So that's why everyone must be open to growth. Everyone must be open to change. Everyone must adapt. Everyone must innovate. Everyone has to have this kind of growth mindset. So let me begin, ladies and gentlemen, with my topic. First and foremost, of course, we have to understand, to be able to grow, we have to embrace the universal law, which says about the law of sowing and reaping. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to grow, of course, it's important that you keep on sowing. All right? You keep on sowing, which means you have to really work hard to improve your skills. You have to really work hard to, in terms of your effort, to really do something every day, keeps you busy every day to grow your business. What I'm saying about sowing and reaping is that when we improve our skills, when we dedicate enough time, when we attend a lot of trainings, then that is in fact, those are actually steps for us to grow. When we read books, when we listen to our mentors, when we keep updated, when we research, all right? When again, because there's a lot of things that has changed because of this pandemic. Actually, we call this pandemic the Great Accelerator, which means what could happen in the next 5 to 10 years, supposedly, in terms of technology, because of this pandemic, it accelerated, which means what is happening now in terms of technology, in terms of interaction, in terms of the social media and all these applications coming out as far as the internet is concerned, these things are supposed to happen 5 to 10 years from now. But because of the pandemic, we are now experiencing and using this kind of technology. So, if we, ladies and gentlemen, are still living in the past, like we think that, I hope the pandemic will be over so that I will go back to my old style of networking, the traditional way of building my business. Ladies and gentlemen, if you keep living in the past, if you keep hoping, I'm sorry to tell you, hoping is actually a very bad strategy. That's why we have to sow. We have to plant new things for us to grow even further. You have to dedicate time to enhance your online skills. You have to dedicate enough time to improve your presentation, because a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, we will be targeting new market, especially with our upcoming improvement we call the Economy Designer 3.0. Watch out, in Nigeria, we're very excited. We are going to launch something very, very wonderful there that will really skyrocket your income, that will make your income really grow. And this is what we call the Ed Plan 3.0. So what I'm saying is that, this will open to new market, this will open to new opportunities. And if you never, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for that, well, I'm telling you, you'll never be able to maximize the opportunity that we are doing for you. So the law is simple. It always will if you keep sowing. Something, ladies and gentlemen, will eventually happen if you keep sowing, if you keep investing, if you keep planting. Eventually, you will reap the rewards of your effort. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, sometimes it takes time to actually reap the rewards of what you have sowed or what you have planted, simply because there is what we call the law of gestation. And gestation simply means a time necessary for everything before they come into form, which means before anything becomes physically or becomes visibly or becomes, tangible. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes time, and that time is called gestation. For a baby, ladies and gentlemen, the gestation period of a baby, is 9 months before actually the mom or the mother, gives birth. It takes about 9 months, for the woman, for the mom to actually give birth. And that 9 months is what we call gestation. You go to the forest, there are ferns, there are different plants, and there are bamboos. Fern, the regular, this plant we call fern, I hope you know that. A regular normal fern can actually grow in about 3 to 4 weeks. But Japanese bamboo or the Chinese bamboo takes them about 5 years before they can actually grow and become really, really tall. They have different gestation period because they serve different purposes in the forest. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you understand this gestation period and never get discouraged. Time to grow, Everybody has different gestation period. Do not compare your race to other people's race. Do not compare your result to other people's result. The thing is, your time will come because the universal law of sowing and reaping dictates that it will always happen, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep sowing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the next topic is about the law of averages. This is very important in terms of your growth mindset because, your road to improvement, your road to growing means you have to understand the law of averages. That simply means that, before you become a master, you have to really understand that every master was once a disaster. If you are average, you're just an average distributor, which means you have the average skills, you're not an expert yet, you don't know how to handle a big group yet, you don't know how to lead leadership, it's okay. Because the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of your success, if you still lack the skills, the law of averages says that what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. So what I'm saying is that your batting average, your sign-up average will go higher if you do it by numbers. So you have to understand the law of averages, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to really grow, if you want to grow your income, if you want to grow your network, if you want to grow your sign-ups, especially this, with the upcoming new and innovative marketing plan, improved marketing plan we call the Ed Plan 3.0, well, on the onset, while you are still starting, of course, you still have to learn the new skills, how to sign up people which are matched, which are actually good for this kind of marketing plan. So what I'm saying is that when you still lack the skills, don't worry about it. The growth mindset, don't get frustrated. Having a growth mindset means you understand that what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. So you must be able to teach this to your downline, especially those who are starting, so that they will never be frustrated that, the mistake of many people is that they quit even before they actually master and learn all the skills. But you cannot learn the skills overnight. You learn them through a lot of people you talk to, a lot of presentation you do, a lot of closing that you do, a lot of rejection that you encounter. Because the truth is, again, what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. That's the right growth mindset that leaders must have for them to become successful in our business. Next, all right, another thing, it's very important when you are, on your road to really growing your network, we have to understand that there's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of things, as I've said earlier, that we are not able to control. We've never anticipated back 2 years ago, back in 2019, that this COVID-19 from China will actually spread all over the world and will create a lot of interruptions and disruptions in our personal life, even in our business. And, with this kind of things that are happening around us, we cannot simply wait. We have to do something. Because the truth is, the set of the sales means it's what you do that happens to you. It's not what actually happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. So everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 2 years, it's the same wind that blows to us all. It's the same pandemic. It's the same COVID-19. But, if you look, there are still so many people who became great, became successful despite this COVID-19, despite this pandemic. But at the other side of the spectrum, there are some people who did not do anything, who did not improve, who become depressed and frustrated, and who has this kind of victim mentality. And they never actually got out from that kind of mentality that until now, after 2 years, they still feel that they're victims. Why did this pandemic happen? Why did God created this COVID, this virus and everything? They blame the government for the mask. They blame the government for the vaccine. They blame God. They blame Chinese. They blame everything. And they never came up with anything that can actually help them alleviate their situation. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, to all the leaders I'm talking to today, I hope you're one of those people who are able to adapt, who are able to, still continue and improve in terms of your skills so that you will be able to adapt to this changing landscape of doing business. Because it's no excuse, ladies and gentlemen, that we are facing this kind of interruption, disruption. We are facing a lot of lockdowns. We are facing a lot of challenges brought by this virus. In a lot of parts of the world, their governments actually impose a lot of restrictions and lockdowns, or what we call quarantine. And to me, and we've been living with this kind of situation for the last 2 years, they can quarantine. They can quarantine us, but they cannot quarantine our dreams. They cannot quarantine our spirit. They can quarantine us physically, but that doesn't mean we cannot do anything. We cannot do prospecting. We cannot do online marketing. We cannot sell anymore. We cannot do presentation anymore. The fact is, again, we have to, have the resilience, the right attitude to face this kind of problem. A lot of people, especially those with victim mentality, they wish, ladies and gentlemen, they have less problems. But the truth is, don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills, for the best attitude to face these problems, because that is where we grow. When we face a lot of challenges, when we face problems, there is where we grow. The true test of leaders, not when things are doing good, not when things are doing smoothly. The true test of leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is when things are rough, when things are tough, when things are challenging. Because as leaders, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best skills that you must have is what I call the problem-solving skills. And you can only have this kind of skills if you are able to face a lot of challenges and overcome them, if you're able to face a lot of problems and overcome them. Along the way, you are able actually to develop and enhance your problem-solving skills. In every business, career, and everything, as good leaders, ladies and gentlemen, they provide solution. and if you can provide solution to your team, you can provide solution to your network, to your downlines, well, ladies and gentlemen, your network will even grow bigger. Your network, your income will even grow bigger if you have that kind of skills. Again, so how do you acquire this kind of skills? If you face problems, if you face challenges. And not only that, again, do not wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges. Wish for more wisdom. So I hope that I'm getting my message across to each and every one of you. As part of having a growth mindset, everyone must be open to challenges and problems and not be afraid, and let's have the courage to face everything. Because again, as I've said earlier, part of having a growth mindset is actually getting out of your comfort zone, facing the unknown, removing your fear, and embracing these problems and challenges, because along the way, you will be acquiring wisdom, you will be acquiring new skills, particularly problem-solving skills, and ladies and gentlemen, at the end of it all, you will become a better person because of these things. I've been talking about acquiring new skills, especially with this pandemic, with this situation, with this COVID-19, where we are being restricted most of the time in our home, in our place. The new office right now is our home. The new restaurant right now is our home. We cannot simply have the old skills that we have previously, before in the past, because again, we cannot do physical presentations. Most of the time, we cannot do one-on-one presentation. We must acquire new skills on how we can still do the business, still grow our network, still develop our leaders with this changing landscape around us. And I hope you guys know the importance right now of really, having meetings via Zoom, using a lot of platforms like Viber, using platforms or social media where we can maximize communication and interaction without having to see each other, without interacting physically, but we can still interact virtually. And a lot of things have changed over the last 2 years on how a lot of business people all over the world were conducting their business. And they were able to adapt simply because they developed new skills, ladies and gentlemen, that are actually very useful to this new business environment. And, when you develop new skills, you have to understand that you are actually laying the foundation for your entrepreneurial career. Okay, so not only must we have the right attitude, but having a growth mindset means we are open to developing new skills. We are open to new learnings. We are open to learning from other people's experience. We are, open to attending a lot of training so that we can enhance our skills that are useful for this kind of environment that we have right now. And of course, it's very, very important that as leaders, you must develop new skills, especially with online marketing, where you can conduct your meetings, you can conduct your presentations, you can conduct prospecting and everything. You must know how to maximize the use of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just by simply using these platforms, you can actually grow your business. Because once you learn something new in network marketing, as leaders, it is your job to pass what you know, to also train what you know to your downlines, because in doing so, you are doing a great service to a lot of people, especially to your team. And the truth is, service to many people, service to your team, service to your downlines and leaders actually leads to greatness. It is what makes leaders great. When they are open to service, when they work hard to serve their people because they have the skills, they are open to growth, they embrace changes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what makes leaders great. Service to many leads to greatness. And one of the best opportunities that we can actually do this in terms of servicing to other people is by stepping up to be an upline, to be the leader of your team, because in that way you can help a lot of people, and that actually leads to greatness. All right? So I hope each and every one of you are seeing the big picture here, that we are not only helping our downlines, we are not only teaching them simply because we want to make money, we want to, help them also make money, grow their commission and everything. Service, ladies and gentlemen, to others, again, leads to greatness. You become great by, being of service to other people. And it's very, very important to develop new skills because your future, ladies and gentlemen, will be determined by the kind of skills that you have. Not only network marketing, not only in any business, but this applies to all the industry. If you're a career person, if you're an office worker, if you're an 8 to 5 worker, your salary, your promotion, your benefits will highly depend upon the skills that you have. It's actually what kind of value you can offer to your company. And I'd like to pose a challenge to each and every one of you. Are you growing your skills over the last few years, or are you open to even growing it further? Because, the height of your success will highly depend on your openness to learn more, to become bigger, to grow more. And that includes, ladies and gentlemen, again, your skills. Because if you improve on your skills, your income will improve, your team will improve, your network will improve, everything will actually improve. Because a true leader, ladies and gentlemen, understands that growth is never ending. It's a non-stop process. And that's one of the great responsibilities that, big leaders have. They have to keep growing for their team to grow as well, for their team not to become obsolete. They have to keep progressing. And that is what I call having a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means embracing what's going to happen there in Nigeria very soon with the implementation and launching of the Ed Plan 3.0. You simply need to trust the company about this because we have seen what will happen there because we've implemented this based on our data, based on the data we have collected in terms of your performance, market behavior, in terms of statistics, in terms of the income, in terms of the demographics. All right? We have this kind of data that we based our innovation, our new plan with. So you have to understand that to be able to maximize this Ed Plan 3.0, make sure that you have the right skills. Develop your skills because I'm telling you, the amount of income you will be making in this plan, the new and improved plan, will highly depend on the skills of finding the right prospect, finding the right market, optimizing your market, finding the right niche. These are the new skills in terms of prospecting that you must know to be able to maximize this Ed Plan 3.0 because this Ed Plan 3.0, I'm telling you, will open up a new market for each and every one of you. So you must develop the skills of looking for the right target market for this kind of plan that we will be launching there in Nigeria very, very soon. So again, because these packages that are coming up there very, very soon are really very, very, enticing for a lot of people who would want to make big direct referral bonus. Get excited because there are a lot of people out there, our prospects previously in the past, who turned us down simply because in their mind, our direct referral bonus is too small. Like if they sell 1 account, 3 accounts, or 7 accounts, or even 15 accounts, the direct referral bonus is basically the same for 1, 3, 7, 15 accounts. Doesn't matter. Same effort, but you get the same direct referral bonus. But what if we come up with a plan, we come up with packages that have big direct referral bonus? What I'm saying is that you can actually go back to your prospects who turned you down in the past. You can actually present this new opportunity again to them. And this will be very enticing, especially for people who would want to make big income in their sign-up. So hold your horses because we will be launching this Ed Plan 3.0 very, very soon. We shall have formal launching. We will teach how to do it. We will, make big announcement about this. So just be excited for now. But my message is very simple. You must have the right skills for this new opportunity, for this new growth, for these new packages, for this new plan. All right? Again, in relation to the new skills that I have been mentioning earlier, this relates to your communication skills, your presentation skills, because a lot of things in your communication and presentation will have to improve. That I'm saying this because your presentation skills and communication skills must match. All right, they must be in congruence with this kind of opportunity that we have, the EdPlan 3.0. In terms of your closing techniques, you have to improve on that. I can further explain this to you once we are training the real plan already, the EdPlan 3.0 already, because I would not want, I am not in the full liberty yet to discuss with you the full details, but because that is upon the shoulders, the responsibility of Dr. Ed, being our president, of course, Sir John being our CMO. But, what I'm saying here is just to give you a bird's eye view. In terms of your presentation, in terms of your communication skills, you will have to add something, all right? Especially in the closing part, closing technique, on how you can present the EdPlan 3.0 in a way that is effective, that is, that is gonna be so enticing for your prospects. So that's gonna be exciting. So what I'm pertaining to is that in terms of your communication presentation skill, you have to really train your downlines in the future about this. You have to really teach them how to do it. And more importantly, as leaders, you must have the ability to inspire your team to embrace this new plan. That is what I call growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means embracing this innovation, embracing this new plan without hesitation, because you trust us, you trust Doc Ed, you trust the company. We've been there for 7-8 years. We've done some changes and improvement for the last 7-8 years. And I'm very proud to tell you that all those changes that we have done, all those improvement and innovation that we've done there for the last few years, guess what? They made your income bigger. They made you become multimillionaires. We've helped people become millionaires faster than ever. If you trust us, all right? The same way, this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we will even make more millionaires faster there in Nigeria. We will make you multi-millionaires. And I'm telling you, this is really growth for everybody. Not only for the company, but for the whole people there. So, you must have the ability to inspire group, rally them to really embrace the changes and growth that we are doing there in Nigeria. Another thing, all right, before I end, again, as I have mentioned this earlier, that every master was once a disaster. But there are steps, ladies and gentlemen, that you can actually follow on your road to mastery. Number one, your road to mastery, all right, number one tip, okay, when you are on the road to being a master, you have to value learning over money. And this is the mistake of many people. Because a lot of people have been oriented that they will easily make money in our business, that they will become millionaires, that this is a, get-rich-quick scheme in a way that when you compare it to other endeavors, like when you compare it to working for other people, when you compare it to employment, this is actually a scheme, a plan that is quicker, way quicker and better than other plan. But you have to understand that, it is not just about the money. It is about the experience. It is about the learning that you can have, the learning that you can acquire, because money is just temporary, but the things that you will learn from your experience are those things that will make you more valuable, not only to your team, but in this entire world. So on your road to mastery, don't be tempted don't be lured so much to the power of money. Make sure that along the way you savor the experience to learn something. So value learning over money. Keep expanding your horizon. This is having a growth mindset. All right? Keep expanding your horizon means, trying to expand, to learn. Learn new skills. Make new friends. Join an organization. Open your minds to a lot of things. Open your minds to technology. Open your minds to financial literacy. Open your minds to running a business. Open your minds to career-oriented programs. Keep expanding your horizons because, again, having a growth mindset means being open to a lot of learning. When you want to become a master, ladies and gentlemen, we have this tendency when we are learning so much already, we as human have this tendency of becoming or having a feeling of superiority when we know so much already. But on your road to mastery, I recommend that you must always revert back to feeling of inferiority, that you don't know so much yet. Because the moment you tell yourself that you know so much things, the moment you assume, all right, in your perception, you assume that you know everything already, that's the time you stop learning. But if you want to keep on improving, if you want to always be hungry for learning, if you want to be hungry for skills, if you want to become an expert, always have this feeling of inferiority that you don't know so much yet, because when you have that kind of mindset that you don't know so much yet, you are still gonna be open to learning. You are thirsty. You're always hungry for something new. So always revert back to a feeling of inferiority so that you will always be open to learning. You will be open to enhancing your skills, developing new skills, and everything. On your road to mastery, there's going to be a lot of challenges and problems. So move toward resistance and pain. All right? It is what masters do before they actually become masters. All right? They've been through a lot. They have a lot of scars. They have a lot of wounds. They've encountered so many things, so many problems, but those things made them better people. Those things made them leaders. Those things made them masters. So if some of you are going through this resistance and pain and everything, all right, in terms of your business, personal life and everything, and your network, your downlines, your teams, every now and then post different challenges, they give you different problems and non-stop and everything, just embrace it, move towards it, learn the experience, learn the skills, because, ladies and gentlemen, you become more effective along the way because you learn from pain. We learn from discomfort. Comfort zone happens to be a place where you never learn anything. Getting out of your comfort zone, you experience a lot of resistance and pain, but you learn new skills. Your pain tolerance gets higher. Your resistance gets, like immunity, it gets stronger, and you are posed for more success because you are prepared. You have the growth mindset. Apprentice yourself in failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of your success. So, if you want to become masters, you embrace failure, you welcome them, you know that failure is like a benchmark, it's like a sign that you are doing something, that's why you are failing. If you don't want to fail, then ladies and gentlemen, do nothing. If you want to become successful big time, I'm telling you, you have to fail big time as well. Rejection big time, opposition big time, pain big time, resistance big time, effort big time, because big goals, big dreams means big challenges and problems and a lot of failures along the way. So if you want to become masters, ladies and gentlemen, do not be affected by a lot of failures that you will be encountering along the way. To become more effective in what you're doing, you have to combine the why and the how. It's not just about the motivation. It's not just about your compelling reason. It's not just about having a big why. Because a lot of people, when you attend the NDO, they say there that you must have a big why, that you must have a compelling reason and everything. But the truth is, they are motivated, they know why they are doing the business, but they are not successful, they are not making any progress simply because they don't know what to do. They don't know the how. So the why part is important. That is where you get your motivation. That is where you get your inspiration. That is where you get your compelling reason. But without knowing what to do or how to do it, without the proper skills, the system, the program, the mentoring of your upline, I'm sorry to tell you, motivation can get you nowhere. It cannot get you far. So motivation plus skills, motivation plus knowing how, motivation plus having the right skills and direction and program and system, that is how you get far in this business. So to become masters, make sure you have a compelling reason, your big why, but you also must know how to do the business, what to do to grow your business. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we learn from experience, and of course, the best way to learn is from other people, from other people's experience. But the truth is, we can learn from our own mistakes, so let's advance through trial and error. All right? That's the best way, one of the best ways, not only the way, one of the best ways that we can actually learn to become master is to, learn from our mistakes. Do it by trial and error until such time that you actually make it right. Because the truth is, we learn best from our mistakes. So do it by trial and error. It may take you some time, all right? But for me, just to give you an advice, to actually shorten the period of your road to mastery, is that instead of just advancing through trial and error, learn from other people's experience, and that is from your mentors. Learn from your mentors. You can advance through trial and error, but to become more effective, learn from other people's success, learn from their failures, learn from their mistakes, and the best source of those things, the best source of knowledge, the best source of learning actually is from people who were able to do it already. It's best to learn from people who already got your goals, who already got your dreams, because they already have the roadmap. So it's very important that when you learn from them, you apply it to your personal life, to your business, but at the same time, when you move forward, make sure that you advance through trial and error. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the things that you must do on your road to mastery. Because again, if you want to grow even bigger in our business, that's why our theme for this year is Bigger 2022, because we are very confident, we are very sure what we are doing or what we're going to do there in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you will really become bigger and bigger there this 2022. The only thing that, ladies and gentlemen, would like to ask each and every one of you is that, are you ready? Tell that person beside you, I am ready. Tell that person beside you on your right, say, I am ready. Tell that person on your left, I am ready. And tell everybody in your room right now, with the loudest scream and loudest voice you have, tell them, I am ready this 2022. Good morning to each and every one of you. More power. Watch out for EdPlan 3.0. Power!